Hello, nice of you to join me. I'm just in Prep HQ at the minute. I've done a couple of videos before in Prep HQ, but I'm going to make it a current sort of theme. It's a nice summer's night. Have a wee beer, a wee pipe, chewing vanilla tobacco, just brought back from Mrs. Moran's Belfast, and do a wee kit review. So moving swiftly on, I'm going to do a wee review on an item of kit I purchased recently. It's with a company that I've found and been informed of, and I've made a few purchases off there. I'm actually wearing one of their products now, which I'll explain in a wee minute. It's called Descended From Odin, and they're a pretty new company. A lot of their kit's modelled off, I don't know if you watch the programme Vikings. I think it's brilliant. It's on history. It's a really good show, historically accurate, a bit like Game of Thrones but historically accurate. Really good. A lot of the actors from that are modelling the kit, and it's endorsed by them, so it is quite good that way. But the thing that I love most about the equipment that you get from them is that it's modelled off what the Vikings would have used. It's also historically accurate, so the likes of the clothing, it's made from materials that would be synonymous to the time, and modelled in the way that Vikings would have tailored their clothes. If you can see there at the back, I've got the t-shirt I purchased off them, and that's got the Descended From Odin on it, and it's got Not All Who Wander Are Lost. That's pretty cool. And then it's got a picture of the Altfather with the one eye. The logo there, as you can see, is like Viking sort of design, rune sort of design of Odin with the one eye. Don't know if you know much about Viking mythology, but Odin swapped his eye for wisdom, so that's quite synonymous with Norse mythology. I've worn in the field a couple of times, and it's been absolutely brilliant. It's a cotton material, which I like. I don't like all this new Wiccan stuff. I never wear it. It's good in extreme cold, but people have this idea that Wiccan material should be used in a hot sort of environment, but why would you? It traps all the heat in, which is a common misconception that people have, that it takes the sweat away, but that's not the case. It just traps the heat in and makes you hot. So I like a cotton shirt for the sort of warmer summer weather that we're coming into now. Another item that I bought was the lamb's wool. This is referred to as a Jorvik, if I'm pronouncing it correctly, and it's the grey one. This was about £89, so quite expensive, but really, really well made. It's the same as what the Vikings sort of would have designed with their lamb's wool, and they would have used lamb's wool, but really, really nice jumper, really warm, but breathable at the same time. I know people say I go on about lamb's wool a bit too much, but I just love it. It's breathable, but it keeps you warm, and if it's wet, it keeps you warm. It's just a fantastic bit of kit. Old school's kit's the best, I think. Has the wee logo there, and it's got another wee tab down there. So a postage and packaging, you're talking quite a wee bit there, but for getting a good quality bit of kit, you can't go wrong. I mean, I've been buying different lamb's wools. Edinburgh wool mill, you pay a wee bit and it won't be as good. Jack Pike do a good one for £50. I got on Amazon, so that's another good one. Stick that on now. It's getting a bit nippy in here. That's nice to wear. Right, so that's Descended From Odin covered, but the main bit of kit that I think is pretty cool that I bought is the Viking drinking horn. So that's pretty cool there. It comes with a wee belt loop there. It means you can put it in your belt. A leather belt loop. Quite authentic. The only thing I will say about it, I thought it would be a lot smaller. It is quite big. However, it is what it is. To hold a pint, it needs to be that big. So it's maybe not practical for the field, but if I'm going out for an excursion where I'm having a few beers and I don't have to go very far, I can take that out with me. I could put it in my belt or put it in my pack somehow. So this is the Warrior model. This was about £39, and all of these are made from genuine buffalo horn, sourced from farms, and they're humanely dispatched. Really nice. The only thing I will say, when you do get, I don't know if you've much experience of sort of Viking drinking horns or stuff that are made out of cattle. It is a bit smelly when you first get it, so just give it a good clean. Smell's gone now, but yeah, that can be a bit of a problem. But this is the Warrior model, so it's got the Warrior badge there, which is pretty cool. I'm really a big fan of that, and it's a nice colour as well. I mean, I was looking for a drinking horn, and then I seen that this was in the sale, so it'll probably be a bit more expensive now. They had a sale on in February, but however, I was looking on Amazon, some of them, and eBay, some of them I wouldn't trust that it is genuine buffalo horn. You know, it could be synthetic, which wouldn't be as authentic. Some of them come with a wee lanyard. I mean, you could make a lanyard on this, like a sling, and sling that, but it'd be pretty cool just sitting round the campfire, having a wee drink, and it's just class. Especially the Warrior model, I thought it's quite good, and it's just a class wee logo. You know, be brilliant if you're out camping or a festival, and you know, you could definitely sit with this round the table at Valhalla, and sup with the old father. So one thing to consider when you are buying the drinking horn is that you can't put hot drinks in this, and it's not dishwasher friendly because it will just warp the bone. So you stick to the three main sort of drinks you can have on it. So it's just alcoholic beverages really, but it would have to be lager, ale or mead. If you put any on Viking drinking, the world's going to explode, so don't be putting Prosecco in this, or Alco Pops or anything like that, or cocktails. It'll have to be Viking drinks, or the old fella will not be happy with you. So as I say, it does hold a pint of beer, so unfortunately I'll have to test that out, just to show you people at home that it does work and does hold a pint. So I'm willing to take that sacrifice just to prove how much it holds. So I got some Hart Lager from the motherland. Quite hard to get in the mainland, but I got a wee crate on my last visit with my Mrs. Moran's. So that's a pint there. It has to be either lager, ale or mead that you drink out of this, and I have seen that they have got mead for sale on Amazon for £12. I think I'm going to get myself some of that, see if I like it, and sit round the fire, you know, in the middle of summer, a day like this, sit and drink out of the Viking drinking horn. That's definitely warranting entrance into Valhalla, I would say anyway. So they say there's a trick to this when you are drinking it that can form a bubble. I believe there's a film, Beer Fest, where it's a drinking competition, and they're drinking Das Boot. It's a boot with alcohol, a glass boot, and they spin it to stop the bubble. That's the trick, to stop it pouring all over you. But I've noticed with this, it doesn't really do that the same, so you don't have to worry about that. That's why I was never a barman. Pour a terrible pint, but there we go. As you can see, that's a full pint of lager in there, not a problem. Skull. Bit frothy there, didn't pour that too good, but yeah, fantastic. Feels nice in your hand, and I think there'll be more of this to come in my videos, especially out in the field. I've got some stuff lined up this summer which I'm quite looking forward to, and I'll do some more kit reviews. But if you haven't already, I would say definitely look into that Descended From Odin. Some fantastic kit. I put it in the description, so you know. My memory's atrocious, but you know what the company's called. But I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope it's give you some ideas for all you Viking enthusiasts. And it's becoming big in the Bushcraft community, all the Viking stuff, and it's just a very interesting time period that people lived and survived, and their kit's just cool, like especially this. And I would really recommend the lamb's wool. It is pricey, but it'll do you for years and it'll keep you warm. So yeah, they're a bit expensive, but cracking company. So maybe just give them a look. I'm not affiliated with them or anything. I'm just telling you a company that I've discovered that I quite like. And they are going off the sort of Viking nostalgia with the series. So I'll enjoy my pint anyway and finish off my tobacco pipe. So I hope you enjoyed the video. And as always, stay safe out there and get out there and enjoy the great outdoors.